Hello there, me again. So it's let's see, it's Monday the 28th of August, about 10 o'clock-ish, 10 past 10. This is Tilbury town train station. I'm back on the trail. So yeah, hi, I'm Tim. How to murder feet. An increasingly over-spec'd video diary about walking the England coast path. It's a lovely Monday. Did I say Sunday? No, it's Monday. Monday the 28th. It's a bank holiday. I was out doing other stuff yesterday, so I'm catching up again today. There's a massive crane, a dockyard we had to walk all the way around and get to here last time. Now following this rather dull road down to Tilbury docks. Last time I stopped a little short because there was no point walking down to the docks and then back to the station and then back again today, so I'm just doing that bit today. So it's about another 2 miles or a mile or two down to the actual dock. There's like a ferry terminus and cruise liner terminal and things, but also the start of another bit of Thames path. Container port as well, as you can see. So yeah, I think I might just walk a bit and then talk to you somewhere a bit more picturesque. Yeah, a lot of that spiky aluminium fences, of which I'm becoming increasingly familiar and accustomed to. Still, this is nice. This is interesting. This is the London International Cruise Terminal. So Tilbury being famous for cruise liner stuff, I guess. Drop-off passenger thing through there and around these bollards, I guess. Long-term parking over there. Not quite sure what cruise is. I don't think there's anything in at the moment. Don't see any boats. So. Yeah, grand old building. I think cruises, I don't know, they go from Southampton. It's still a thing, but it must go from here as well. This is all looks like it's working and functional, but I suspect the heydays of this grand old building are probably somewhat in the past. Cupola dome on the top there, ornamental crest of some sort. Larger aluminium side building. Don't know. Somewhere over here is the terminal for the passenger ferry to Gravesend as well, which also comes from this, goes to this area. This was going to be the start of my big backpack week this September, but I've decided since I did so well during the summer with my day trips, I'm going to steal a few days off of that week, make that week shorter by doing a day or two here now. So today is from Tilbury, which is Tilbury docks here. Should be able to see the river at some point quite soon. And we're going to go to Pitsea, which is over there somewhere. Kind of that direction. I mean, we're not going to see a lot of the shore today because we deal with a massive inland creek today, which would have been an absolute ball breaker on my backpack week with questionable wild camping. But as a day trip to another station, it's actually fairly straightforward. It's 17 miles, so quite a long one today. Which I reckon probably take me about 6 hours or so. 6 and a bit perhaps, we'll see. So I've got to push, well not push, but you know, I've got to keep moving today, can't sit around and dawdle. It's a relatively long one. I think the Windrush docked here when it brought all the newly naturalised citizens from Jamaica to the UK after the Second World War. Yeah, lots of history. I think I can go enough over there, but I might wait for those people to clear a bit. I don't know how far they're going. I don't know where the passenger terminal is. Down there on the end of that jetty, perhaps. So potentially would have been taking, but it turns out that would have been cheating, so all quite complicated. But yeah, see if we can find the actual river, that'd be good. No unauthorised parking. Yeah. Climbing this structure. I mean, I haven't seen the ferry. There was no sign of any actual ferrying today either, so I suspect I don't know. Every time I've come to this place, there you go, you can sort of see the white building centre of shot in the back there. I'm not going to risk a zoom. That was the Gravesend end of the ferry, the pier, the terminal, where I decided to do my inland bit from. That should have been the end of my Margate week, but I ended up having to day trip into there as well. So yes, so that ferry would have come to here, but instead I went to Westminster and back. But I'm back again now, back on my way out. There's the mighty Thames, That's the old O'Hare marshes and cliff and so on over there. We'll see more of that as we go along today, I think. But yeah, still not shot of various large container ports on today's route with a zigzag and thread around them. But I'm hoping we're going to be starting to see a lot more countryside today. We are starting to get to the point where I don't think we're necessarily out of London as such. I mean, we're certainly certainly not in Greater London anymore. We crossed the M25 some time ago, that big bridge, Dartford Bridge, but now we're sort of starting to get to a much more patchworky threading of towns and container ports, which will culminate. We're not Canvey Island today, but that might be the next one. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of wetlands and marshland and nature reserve and stuff today, even some fields maybe, agriculture and the like. But yeah, I think the worst of the industrial estate stuff is behind us now, and we're going to start heading back out to the North Sea eventually, along the Thames on the North Bank. Right, so time to crack on with some of that. I think that party of dog walkers has moved on a bit, cleared some road for me. Good. Oh, interesting. It's a quick addendum to that last little piece. I found one of these. Now that's interesting, because that is pretty much the first thing you'd see when you came off the ferry there. So, is this the path? I don't know. There's no corresponding one going that way that I can see, which suggests what, the England Coast Path starts again here. It's a very fickle thing, the England Coast Path. It starts and stops. Various stages of it are more or less complete and more or less signed. But that gives me hope, that does, for today. Because this is pretty much where I was planning on starting my September backpack week here, Tilbury docks. So I'm kind of cheating by stealing some days off of that to do day trips with, but hey, why not? Makes the impending September backpack week a bit easier, I think, logistically speaking and physically. So here we go, let's do it. No Sunday ferry service. Oh, let's see. So that must be why I keep turning up and not seeing a ferry. Maybe it's like to and fro all day during the week. Oh, well, I was never going to actually use the ferry anyway. I was going to get the train to here with my backpack, train and bus. Right, onwards. Let's do it. Yeah. See, I'd kind of been hanging my hopes on the Thames Estuary Path today, but to discover there's acorns all along this place as well. I've seen a few on signposts as well, little yellow ones with the acorn on. Black acorn, that's brilliant. Very spoilt. So this is Tilbury Fort in the background. We'll have a proper look in a minute. And the World's End. Ominous. Good. I'm pleased. I mean, yeah, okay, so if the Thames Estuary Path was already here, then it's obviously a lot less effort to just shove some acorns on lampposts, but I don't mind. I'll take it. Tilbury Fort there. Oh, quite a lot of cyclists. I think we're on National Cycle Route 13 or something. Still. Is that the lot? Looks like. Yeah, it's one of them star-shapey ones from the street view. Here we go, a little picture of it. Press pause for more information, but I'm being stalked by dog walkers, so I need to hurry. Between 1539 and 1540. Quite old then. I think it's probably a technical military name for the star shape. World War II guns on the tops there. Yeah, fishing people blocking the path. Who knows? I have to negotiate my way past all this, so I shall talk to you again soon. Yeah, bunch of gobby kids with no respect for grown-ups. I don't know, that's what they're teaching them in schools these days. I just glowered and stomped on. That's what I do. It's nice to be by the river again though. Making the most of it, because I think we're not by the river for much of today. There's quite a lot of shoreline gubbins to have to go around today. And ultimately, Pitsea is at about 4 or 5 miles inland up one of those creeks. So It's basically a big inland detour. I kind of didn't really want to have to do on my backpack week, so it's quite good I'm snicking it off today. But yeah, it's not vastly overdeveloped, this inland detour. It's all still lowland, wetland, marshland, bird stuff. So it should be quite pleasant, I think, even if we're not by the river. Of course, I still miss the sea, which, you know, we'll start to increasingly find over the next couple of days. So my plan is to take 2 whole days off of my September trip, because I've got that many weekends. I've actually got 3 weekends, including today. So I'm going to take those 2 days off, break them into 3 bits, correct some egregious overestimation again. Yeah, this is the problem. I suspect the September week I had planned was also going to be another, like, 180 miles in 6 days type of problem. Yeah, so I've recast all that. So day tripping continues right up to the weekend. Before the weekend I take my backpack and go for the camping trip. So that's 3 more trips, including this one, which should put me in Southend-on-Sea for the start of the actual backpack week, which is good, because beyond Southend-on-Sea, up the Essex coast, it all gets a bit complex and difficult logistically for day trip parking and stuff anyway, so backpacking makes the right choice there. So it's all good. At the moment, I mean, you can just see a train shooting past in the horizon at the back there. Yeah, lots of trains and car parks all around here, pretty much all the way up to Southend-on-Sea. It all remains with about 2 and a bit hours drive from my home. Plenty of parking, plenty of connecting trains to get me from car to start of hike. It's all good. So it just makes sense to just keep using all the weekends I can while I'm in this area up to Southend-on-Sea. Southend-on-Sea and beyond, less easy to use trains and buses and cars to get about, so the backpacking makes more sense. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. So yeah, today carrying on at 17 miles in total, and involves mostly marshy wetlands and going around the occasional container port. So we'll see. It's going to be about 20 degrees. Skies is going to be pretty much like this all day. Got the suntan stuff on, but I probably won't need the coat or the waterproof gear today. No sign of rain on the weather forecast, which is good. Just trucking on, and it's all going to be very flat because, you know, shoreline, estuary, swamps type of thing. And there's the fort from the other side. Yeah, doing well. So we've sort of basically finished what I was using as my bonus stage London and Central London and back thing, and we're now well and truly out into the estuary now. I'll keep pushing, see where we end up. And it's sad really, because I really can't see a way to continue this next summer. I think I really am going to be too far away from my home to be able to practically do so. I'll have to come up with another midsummer project instead, because I think what I'm finding is that both my physical and mental well-being are greatly improved by keeping busy as many Sundays in summer as I can. It's the winters I have to watch out for. They get a killer when I end up with backpacking in the May with very little prep. That's what it does for me. Right, what a choice. Let's find out what the deal is here. Yeah, some of these show artistry, but not quite the dramatic flair we saw a couple of days ago. It's stretched between Rainham and Tilbury. Somewhere after Purfleet or before Purfleet. I think it was before. Yes. Don't know if we'll see any people out today doing the artistry. Yeah, so the path seems to just follow this wall. I think there's some kind of works or yard or something, and connected to that massive gantry system and wharf. All sounds quiet there, can't have any large scale industry going on. Bank holiday, innit? Don't mind graffiti, but they should tidy up after themselves, you know, just leave the paint cans lying around. Apart from anything else as evidence. Sloppy. So yeah, I think we'll be basically mirroring the bend we saw at Cliff on the other side, like however many weeks ago now. Going back up, so we'll swing north on the river, and then the river itself will, and the path will cut inland to deal with a creek anyway, I think. But yeah, so far so good. Ooh, some bright colours coming up. Look at that. Can't even read the words. Of course, I'm extremely too close for it all. That's some quite artistry there. We've got some sort of, what is that? Some sort of wizard type figure. The words are so stylised I can't even. Was that jewels? Don't know. Might be rude. Best not read it out. Oh, more here. These more remote stretches with these large, flat, smooth canvases made of concrete tend to attract quite a bit of florid work. What have we got here? Similar style, probably same artist. Got like little dogs and things along this one. And again, I can't really read the writing. Bear in mind that something that big is meant to be read from quite far away, so maybe these are being aimed at people in the river or in Gravesend. You need a telescope or binoculars to read it from Gravesend. It speaks of an unhurried artistry that doesn't care if it's going to get caught, which suggests that there's basically no enforcement or policing along here. Take as long as you like to do the job properly, which I think is better than a hasty scrawl that doesn't really speak of any artistry at all. Who knows? Definitely a higher class of graffiti around here. Alright, keep moving. Got a lot to cover today. 17 miler, 6-hour job. And then a drive home. Bank holiday home time traffic on the M25. Quite a day I've put schedule for myself. Do anything interesting over the weekend? Well, you know, I went for a bit of a walk. Yeah. Thank you, NHS. Some lasting legacy there. A darker time in the COVID years. Of course, they're all on strike now, so everyone's a bit more ambivalent about the NHS. They'll keep striking and asking for a decent wage and things. Oh, suddenly everyone's like, "Oh, no, I don't know about that. You need to not cancel all my appointments, thank you." Yeah. Oh, this is I like the colours on this one. Pleasing complementary colour choices. Starting to fade a bit. It's a sort of weather seal over the top of it, really. I don't know, the path with some sort of varnish or laminate. I suppose every so often someone comes along and just paints it all grey, makes an effort, but that just provides fresh new canvases for further designs. It's a never-ending battle. So I'll come to the end of the wall there soon. Up onto some sort of landfill spoil heap, something. Hard to know what's natural and what's not about all these bits and pieces, yeah. Wow, that was a weird optical illusion. I thought that one there had like Christmas lights poking out of it. It's just the slashes of black. Oh, that's very good, I like that one. Angular, abstract, kind of a very 80s feel to it all, aesthetic. Today in the gallery. Do. Wow, Tony Hart reference from the 80s itself there. Just don't even remember that. I don't know. Yes. Jesus, Luna, Zumdor. It's probably a spell. It's probably an arcane cantrip of some sort. Spell of binding. Ooh, this one's rather fleshy. It becomes so stylized I can't tell what the guy's name actually is. if that's his tag, it's essentially unreadable. Very artistic. Fails on function, you know. Thumbs up for form, but the function seems to let it down somewhat. Blimey. I don't know how many more of these will pass. Still not in the countryside yet, clearly. Changes quickly along here. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, there's a bit of landfill rubble dispersal going on over there. But well, not today, it's bank holiday, but they're flattening and grading that off. But it's basically fields, meadow, shoreline stuff. I don't know how much of this is a reclaimed landfill, I don't know. There's not much trees around, so not a lot of very old growth, but it's only fallow for a while. Boxes there, what are they? I'll have to see when I get nearer. Yeah, feels like we left the last big conglomeration of it behind. I think we've got a clear bit for a while now, although I can see loading cranes in the distance, so we have to go around that. DP World London Gateway or something. But no, this is great, this is like countryside all of a sudden. Feeling much happier, my spirits are lifting. It's good. Oh yeah, they look like methane exhaust pipes. So I guess this is all landfill then. Done a reasonable job of naturalising it though. I mean, I don't know where the mud comes from. Is that just building rubble excavated elsewhere, or dredged maybe? Doesn't look sandy enough for dredging. Don't know. It's still reasonable, isn't it? I mean, if we end up with all of our wastelands being returned to this kind of thing afterwards, then I think that's still progress, that's still better. Just leaving it. I don't know about the soil toxicology and all that, but stuff's clearly growing there, but I don't know if that's just weeds. Well, it's not scorched earth anyway. See how trees do on something like that. What we'll have to see is what they do with it ultimately, whether this just becomes another estate of flat blocks, residential. And the ultimate long term, probably. Who knows? Still, it does all right. It's okay. Seen worse, seen a lot worse in the last couple of days going up and down this river, to be honest. Right, let's keep moving. Can't dawdle much today, got quite a packed schedule. Been following this curiously wide and well maintained asphalted pavement. But now I think I have to go inland. This might be goodbye river for a bit. It's only for today. See you again in Canby, I suppose. Who knows? Anyway, we've got an acorn, therefore we must follow it. Look at this, look, even got the little yellow ones on the posts. Fantastic. They look relatively new, relatively recent. Don't know, quite clean. So they've all been done up recently, I suppose. Oh, it's in kilometres. must predate Brexit. Okay, right, in we go. This has a look of ex-military, but I mean our footpath goes straight across it, so perhaps not military anymore. We're going to something called Coalhouse Fort. No idea what that is. So we'll find out if we keep walking. So a summary English countryside vision. If you didn't know the Thames was actually in the middle of all that, you could just see straight to the hills on the far side. I think it was all just somewhere in Dorset or whatever. Surprising. I think we really have left the big smoke behind, more or less. There's going to be a few big towns and occasional shipping port on the way between here and wherever, but I think we're out. I think we're on our way, which is good. I found it all fascinating, but I think this is more my natural sort of speed. That's what I like the best. I mean, try and imagine if it was all like the Isle of Dogs across the entire coast of Britain, mega city one. Yeah, not sure I'd enjoy the whole prospect quite so much. Okay, so there's a pub up here and a cafe at the Coal Fort Point, whatever. Now, it's a bank holiday Monday, so either of them might be open for the holiday trade or closed. But I've got a hankering for some lemonade. Don't want to use my own water if there's stuff to buy nearby. Seen a lot of cars parked up. That might be some sort of public attraction. I think there is some sort of visitor fort thing on the end here. See you when we get there, won't we? It's coming up on 12 o'clock as well. I could do with a bag of crisps. You know, I could bring a bag of crisps with me. Ooh, that's an idea. God damn it, another one. Not sure I'm going to be able to reach that one. It's all a bit spiky. That'll have to just sit there forever. It'll probably outlive me. What is it with foil balloons full of helium down here? Actually, the prevailing wind must bring them all here from London. And I've missed harvest time. It's all done. Bailed up and gone. While I was in London. Some sort of church up ahead. Picturesque. Coalhouse Fort Park. I need to go up and over there next, but I'm going to go down here and hope that there's some sort of cafeteria. Seeing benches and lots of people, so it might be worth a try. Otherwise it's back up that way to a pub, I think. But yeah, I really want to get something to drink rather than deplete my own supplies. Early lunch. Not really been going that long, only about 2 hours. But, got to take the opportunities when you can. Surprisingly large and well stocked cafe. Got a lot of interior seating. Lots of people wandering about. I'm not sure you can actually go in there or is there any inside to go into specifically, but information booth there and toilets and things. Ranger service. I guess I'm still in Thurrock then. I don't know where and when I cross into Essex today. I'm pretty sure Pitsea's in Essex, but I'm not sure. It's all very confusing. Yeah, up and away. Coalhouse Fort. There's us over there, I think. Sign on top. Across these fens. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of wild, but you get the occasional massive concrete retaining wall. It's still part of the flood defence system, I think. Coalhouse Fort, Grassland and SSSI. Okay, heading north. Heading north and still sort of following the river, which is encouraging. This is that bend where we saw the, I think you might just be able to see it on the far side. I see a load of sand works that we passed. So we're following that back round again now. Suitably refreshed. Had some weird jam Viennese slice, which yeah, it's just a lot of very dry pastry and jam. But I don't know, it's all calories, isn't it? It's all good. Got a couple of cans. Fizzy pop. Good to go. Alright, so we're sort of starting to mirror the Hoo Peninsula again, so we'll be sort of tracking back along past All Hallows and stuff eventually. No, possibly not today, because obviously on the outer bank of the outer radius of a curve is longer to track round than the inner, so it'll be further to walk despite following the same basic route. It's all my complicated geometry. All plots, horses and things. Yeah, obviously we're going to have to go around that monstrosity up ahead. See it on the horizon. Got a bit of inland detouring. Good, I think we're about a third the way through today. Quarter perhaps. It's good, so probably looking at a 6 o'clock finish. On the outside maybe 5:30. Pretty much just the wrong time to try the M25 on a Monday, but there you go. Going when I go in, really. Let's get some miles done. Yeah, this is the way. If you're going to build a wall, build a path on it or next to it. And everyone can benefit. Even better, Yes, duck ramp. I thought it was something to get bicycles over easily, but it's a bit narrow to be cycling along. But no, that's a duck ramp, apparently. Similar on the other side. Guess there's others further up and down, but I don't know, do the ducks use it? Or do they just fly, do you think? Bird sanctuary and wetlands and so on, but yeah, massive, by necessity, waterproof concrete wall. Kind of stops wildlife, I guess. Hence the need for a ramp. Some sort of campsite over there. Yurts. Not my sort of thing, really. Rather over-engineered. They're quite heavy packed up too. Not terribly portable. Yeah, this is nice. No, by Jove, I think we've cracked it. I think London's done. I mean, yeah, obviously there's a few bits still to meander through and round, but on the whole, we're into the countryside. Essex beckons. Wow. Loving the vanishing point. That's me for the next 20 minutes. Pretty surreal sort of scene, really, isn't it? Just keep expecting David Bowie and a bunch of Muppets to jump out at me. Taking advantage of one of these duck ramp things to get up on top of the wall. It's a little bit precarious, but I'll manage. Because look, it's the sea, kinda, or at least enough curvature of the earth that I can't see any further beyond there. Shoebury at the very far end, perhaps on the left. I'll try a zoom, hang on. Alright, back in wobbly mode. Let's try 10 times, see what we get. Oh, there's a sort of shimmer. Yeah, hard to tell. I think the sort of sky reflection haze is sort of blocking a bit there, but pretty sure that's the North Sea eventually there. So we've done all this left side. I'm going to just stop and play this back to see if I'm actually in the centre of the shot, like I think I am. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that apparently is in the centre of the shot, so my weird wonky zoom seems to have fixed itself again. Who knows what's going on there. Must be software rather than a hardware problem. Physically sticking lens or something. Yeah, done all of that. That was all the sea wall on the north side of Hoo Peninsula. I think that field there will mark the my access back up to High Halstow when I came back down. So Egypt Bay must be somewhere along there. Really easier to see from directly opposite. Mind you, directly opposite I think was the shipping container port. So that must be Canby Island, I suppose. Oh, I could look those up. So we got there 4 of them there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking advantage of my working zoom. Don't know what the hell that is. I don't really know where Pitsea is from here because I think it's a fair bit inland, so I think we have to go around this one and then. Yeah. But anyway, we're sort of in sight of the open mouth of the Thames. In a couple of days that way. So I wonder if we can see the pier from here. Let's try zooming again and risk another one. Because Southend-on-Sea is famous for having the world's longest pleasure pier at 1.3 miles long. That might be that white thing on top there, I don't know, that post, who knows. Get nearer to find out, I suppose, but we shall definitely be checking that out in about 2 weeks' time, I think. I plan to walk to the very end of it. Anyway, we've got to get there first. Alright, down off of here without killing myself, and then along the concrete. Big inland detour around whatever's in there. Let's have a nose. Don't know, can't tell. Off limits for a while, by the looks of it. So these in on the way. More red than black at the moment, but not long. September's coming. This is the end of August at the moment. And quite a mild summer for us. I know various people have had most of their country on fire and have been hiding from 45-degree plus heat waves and such, but certainly in the south of England this summer it's been generally low temperatures by comparison, slightly under what it usually is, a bit more cloud and rain than normal. Don't know, small blessings I think. But yes, English countryside coming into fruit. Right, well, we're going through there. So we've been told not to go in all the way along. And look, one of these again. Fascinating facts about adders, the only venomous snake native to the UK. Now, fantastic animals, please respect and learn to like them. Well, I mean, you know, we'd come nodding acquaintances and go our separate ways, I'm sure. Against the law to injure them. Yeah, well, that cuts two ways. Anyway, I'm sure we'll be fine. I've been through lots of habitats like this on my travels, and I've yet to see an actual live adder. They typically run a mile long before I get them anywhere near. Hear me thumping along. And that suits me fine. Silent menace. Are they silent? No, it's rattlesnakes I'm thinking of. No, I think adders probably are silent. Out the way, adders, coming through. Stomp, stomp. Last thing I want to do is surprise an adder. Well, it's a good path though. Been very well signposted and clear. It's easy to follow all day. So another good day of paths. Very pleased. Must be about halfway by now. Good. Yeah, lots of things you're not allowed to do. Ducks, grebes, rooks, coots. Yeah. They're swimming in the there's a lake somewhere here then, clearly. No admittance. Wow. How big do the adders get around here? See one that can swallow a whole sandcrawler. Right, good. Making some headway somewhere. I think I've given up on the shore for a bit. It's the adder country. Can't stop here. Right. Oh, hang on. No. Wait. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Look. I reckon somewhere along there we crossed the border between Thurrock and Essex. I think we are in Essex now. So that's another one crossed off. So, impressions of Thurrock? I don't know. I was barely there. Seem to be largely docks and A roads and those aluminium spiky fences mostly. But perhaps that's unfair. I never did get to see the Lakeside Shopping Centre, which is undoubtedly the jewel in its crown. So Essex, another county beckons. Shall see what we shall see. So we follow this down to the end to Shoebury Ness and then up some crinkly coast, and at some point along there Essex turns into Suffolk, which is a whole load more crinkly coast, and then somewhere between there and Great Yarmouth Suffolk turns into Norfolk. Then it goes around the top, and I'm not going to worry about going any further than that. Lincolnshire maybe? Don't know, I'd have to do some research. But yes, got my next 3 counties all lined up anyway. Big long stretch. Many weeks of hiking probably. We'll go down there. Oh, wetlands. Well, that's cool. This must be the coots and grebes and things we were supposed to be looking for. Massive reed bed in the middle. Good habitat. I like it. Yeah. Following the railway at the moment. Which is very quiet. I haven't had a train seen on there yet since I joined the railway line path alongside. It's a bank holiday, not much on I suppose. So I don't need any more trains now. Just walk back to the car. Yeah, I reckon I'm probably not even halfway around yet. Still seem to be dragging a bit, mind you. Just a long, straight, relatively uninteresting path. So, nice scenery around. All sorts of summery greens and yellows. Bees buzzing around and stuff. It's nice. Very pleasant. So I think we're not actually going to get much closer to those cranes than this. I think we do cut in a sort of tangent across to the left. Just go straight up there to the end of the creek to Pitsea. Oh, hello. Hey. Not even a hoot. Obviously I wasn't waving enough. Trains are different these days. Yeah, so we don't get much closer to this than those big cranes than this. Probably just as well. Those sorts of places tend to be quite grim up close. There's a certain, I don't know, a certain romantic awesomeness about them. Giant sentinels on the horizon. Product of our own hands and ingenuity. Colossuses of engineering. But yeah, up close and in the shadow of it was all just noisy trucks and spiky aluminium fences. So this is probably as close as I want to get, really. Let's keep going. Let's keep an eye out for another pub or something along the way. It's quite warm today. It's not hot, but I think I'm working hard today, so putting the suntan lotion on didn't help. It does tend to inhibit the sweating a bit. Let's see what we see up ahead anyway. This is what we've been going round, I think. Mucking landfill restoration. What's that mean? Turning the landfill into normal ground, I guess. Yeah, it's big, whatever it is. Yeah, we need to be over here. Welcome to Thurrock Side Nature Park. Oh, we Thurrock again. No, this is Essex Wildlife Trust. I am very confused. However, that's pretty clear, so we'll just go this way, see what we see. Oh, nature park. What if I got a little cafe? I'll certainly partake if I see one. Well, there we go. England Coast Path, Pitsea Station, which is where my car is. 8 miles. Okay. Oh, it's about 3 hours maybe. Don't know. Right, that way. Yeah. Yeah, looks like we do get a bit closer. So, working our way through the nature reserve. Just come from right there, I think we go this way now and then along there to wherever. I mean, at some point it does go left and go around all that stuff somewhere in there. We'll see. Lovely day, a bit too lovely in fact. I'll just stop and use some of my own water in a minute. Back along the concrete. This is all floodplain, I guess. I think we're out of the nature reserve. Homing in on the detour around the shipping port now, I think. Can't really tell where I am in relation to the south bank. It's all a bit samey. That's alright. I expect I'll recognise the All Hallows Bay Holiday Park when that comes into view. I don't think we're there yet. And Sheppey as well. Right, I think we go inland quite considerably now. I think this is it for the river for today. So take a good look. We'll see that again next week, probably. So now we've got all sorts of inland nature reserve to deal with. Crossings and such like. Once this reaches a turning. Aha, here we go, yes, it is actually a pedestrian crossing over a railway line. That's okay, this is the freight line to the shipping port, so I've not seen anything come along here all day. Plus I don't think they even have electrified rails here, so I think some diesels. Hear them come in before we see them. Typically come at night usually. The railway network's quieter, so the freight gets loaded on. Stop, look and listen. Hammer time. You take it to home. Public spirited graffiti. Spring loaded. Cunning. Right. Stop, look, listen. Yeah. Over we go. And over here. Right, and away. Now I'm hoping this inland meandering takes me past some kind of pub or garage, but I don't mind. I've got enough water for the rest of the day. There's plenty of shops and garages on the way home. So I haven't really resolved that water problem I seem to have been having last time I went backpacking as well. I may have to start carrying 3 bottles with me as well, but that gets heavier. We'll see, we'll see. I really needed to climb this and use the bridge. I could have just run across the road. There's literally no one here today. It's a bank holiday. I've seen 1 lorry so far. Easily dodged. No, the acorns say to go up here, so here I go. Ooh. This is the main connecting link road into the DP World Gateway. As you can see down there, double red lines on the road. Specifically to stop lorry drivers sleeping on the hard shoulder here overnight. I have to go a bit further afield to do that. Comes on, boop boop. Yeah, huge pile of boxes to go on the ships. See a row of cranes at the back there. Ships behind them. Not sure what all this is. Distribution centres and stuff. Like some sort of bulk liquid storage in the background there. Petrol maybe? Don't know. Not pressurised with cylinders like that. They'd be balls if they were pressurised. Right. You know, this would be a lovely place for a bench. Public footpath, 235. My God. Oh, I think that's its number. It's not a distance. Good. Right. No panic. Port, yes. Who walks to the port? It's the middle of nowhere for a reason. Right. Bouncy tiles. Why? Unusual. And a real spring in my step. Yeah, I'm sure what that is over there. Is that Stanford Lee Hope? Or was it East Tilbury? They were the 2 stations I came past on the way through. Either way, neither of them's on my route, so I'll keep going this way. Somewhere over there is Pitsea and the Wat Tyler Nature Centre. Can't really place any of them from visual inspection at this range, so we're just going to have to keep walking. I think I do want to sit down in the swig though. Fortunately nothing really bench-like around. So I've got a downhill to coast along there. I guess we go left and off across there somewhere. Aha! See a bench. It's good because there's a lot of different signs around here I'm going to have to analyse. I may even have to have a look at the map. Try and work out which one I need to actually follow. You know, hey, it is. It's a bench of not the dead. Sometimes a bench is just a piece of furniture. Sometimes it's okay not to commemorate anyone. Fantastic. My first guilt-free sit down in a very, very long time. Oh, still on the right path. It's the dual carriageway now, on the major link road into the container port. Not sure what it does now. Does it go into the container port and along, or do we cut left here? Let's have a look. So the Thames path does quite a sharp straight that way sort of thing. Whereas I got a feeling the England coast path might go on a much larger unexpected detour, because I didn't even know it was a thing here. I was basing it all on the Thames path. So I wonder if I got suddenly find myself with an extra 6 miles to do today. I don't know. Let's have a look. I think it might all just work out more or less similar. There's so many places you can cross this river that we're trying to deal with. It's a big creek that runs up the other side of the container port. Across the old carriageway. But yes, does it go down there? Or does it go up here? I have to hunt around, look for some clues. Because I don't think any of my maps will tell me. Because they're all a bit out of date, despite being relatively newly bought. Yes, I took a chance, and it turns out, yes. Can't say that zoom. There's a small black disc with a white acorn on underneath that blue circle. So yes, I have the surreal experience of following this great big dual carriageway that's largely empty along the entire north length of the container warehouse place. And then I get to take a left at the end of that and cut across a whole load of marshes and rejoin the Thames path further up. I think the route this takes, although technically yes, closer to the shore, probably puts about another 2 or 3 miles on the route I was planning on taking today, which would be about another hour or so. So Google thinks I can get to, Google thinks. Basically, Google says for 5 miles by the quickest route from here on foot to my car, which is about 2 hours worth. It's 3 o'clock now, 5 o'clock, probably another hour for the extra detour. I'll probably get back to the car for 6:30 or so, which is okay, you know, a bit longer than I wanted to do today. It was already 17 miles, so we shall see. Still, there we go, better to find out about all this on a relatively easy, disposable day trip day than a backpack week. This would have been day one under my original plan, and I still had to get to Canby today. So I think that's already shaping up to have been a 25-mile first day plus half-day travel, you know. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, I've remeasured everything since. I really lost it when it's come to estimation. Still, in my defence, I've got 3 different maps, one of which is physical on paper, and none of them acknowledge that the England coast path is here at all. They all show the Thames path going off up the estates over there and cutting a massive chunk off of this. So yeah, signage is okay on the ground, but it's finding a guidebook, you know, or online resource that's got this detail in. The actual England Coast Path National Parks website's terrible. It's just got, like, you know, a big PDF A4 of the entire United Kingdom that's got like coloured felt tip marks around parts of the path that are still in the planning stages. Really not useful as an actual navigational tool. So you just have to sort of wing it, I suppose. So yes, this is thrilling. I'm going to shut down all non-essential systems for the next 500 metres or so. Talk to you again soon. Get a whole carriageway to myself here. It's all contraflowing. Not that anyone notices or cares. Putting big curbs in for some reason. The bus stop. Don't know. Oh, cycle lane, yeah, extension. Oh, okay. So it suggests that the actual path gets quite grubby beyond this part. Yeah. God, I got to just walk along the hard shoulder. Oh no, I think there is an old style footpath there. Yeah, turning it into a big old cycle lane by the looks of it. Chunky curbs going in. Yeah. Strolling past a warehouse which has over 68 loading bays. And that's just one of about 9, I think I can see. The place truly is enormous. Yeah, still trudging along the side. Yeah, England Coast Path delivers. This is about as near as I'm going to get to the shore. There's an oil refinery in the way now, or storage depot at least. Pretty sure that's like a Shell logo on the top there. I haven't seen a sign or anything. There's probably an entrance up ahead. I think there's a little mini roundabout up ahead where the entrance to the Lat is, and there's a little left country lane I think I take. Of course, I remember to dodge a motorbike coming up and down here. So maybe that's not just a Kent thing. Maybe it's an Essex thing too. Keep on. 50 mile an hour, clear way, no stopping. Horse and carriages. This place is mad. So I guess across that level crossing is the petrol tanker depot thing. I've not seen any lorries coming up and down here. More of that over there, I guess. Don't know. However, that looks like me over there. I just see a black sign on the post, which I think is my England Coast Path colours at the moment. I've got to start heading north soon. Gonna just hit the creek otherwise. So this should sort of thread through, this goes up a country lane away and then becomes footpath, threads around and eventually rejoins the Thames path just south of the Wat Tyler Nature Reserve, which I need to then go around along the Thames path, and that eventually leads me to Pitsea station. So that'll be nice. Hopefully no motorbike up here. Yeah, look. Padlock shut gate, good. Private property, get off my land. Who's dam? Well, I can get around there, and that is a public footpath, so that's okay, good. That should stop me being buzzed by any late afternoon amateur motorcyclist types. Don't know why he wasn't using the massive empty road next to the path. Probably because it didn't have any license plates or tax or whatever. Whatever. Let's keep moving. I'll just sit down on a log or something soon and have another bit of some more water and pace it out. I don't think I'm going to see another shop before here in the car, so I don't want to burn it all up too much. I've got a fair bit left though. It's all good. Horses and cows in the same field, is that allowed? What do the horses think of it? Dignity, something beneath something. Oh, right, so yes, very agricultural landscape. Of course, still vast number of industrial warehouses on the horizon still. I'm trying to head north because I think that's where Pitsea is. I think I can see that hill with the weird sloping on the top there. Saw that from the station at Pitsea, and it was south of me. So I'm guessing. Oh, hello. Yeah, want to go up here, do we? Okay. Oh, I need to check my map because I'm just. Well, I mean, I've got to follow the acorns, obviously, but I'm just wondering how much silly buggers this is playing with me. So that big blocky Imperial Death Star style construction there is, I think, another flood barrier, creek, dam thing. So I don't think I can go the other side of that today because I think there's no bridges across this creek, which means I have to go all the way up there. So yeah, following this then, I guess. Hope it's not going to be really meticulous about following the creek at this point, because I could really do with just cutting straight to the car, but them's the brakes. Ooh, I must sit on this stile and have a bit of water first though. Probably not from that trough. Use my own. Wow, that is in that field with those cows. Okay, good. What's that? Yep, more foil balloons. I've already picked one up and got one in my bag for a bin somewhere, but that's not even on my path. It's weird. It's like an epidemic I didn't know existed. I'm very much more aware of foil balloon litter now. Might make it a campaign thing. So, still meandering through. Still too close to all that for my liking. You sure, acorn? I mean, there's nothing out there. Sort of faint suggestion of a trail across the grass. Obviously it means for me to go right out to the blockhouse, which will be interesting, I suppose. I mean, if that does turn out to be a bridge in some fashion and the path carries on over there, I'm going to have to just bail because I need to get back to the car, which is way up there. Didn't think this was accessible. Well, we'll have a look, but traditionally these flood barriers are not bridges. I'll go and have a look, I guess. But yeah, okay, so that was the right path. I mean, I normally get quite annoyed when it deviates too far away from the shore, so I suppose I ought to be grateful for Any attempt to bring it as back as it tries, but yeah, this is just a creek I need to try and cross. Well, I don't need to cross it today. The whole reason I'm ended up in Pitsea at the train station and doing staging like this is because you can't cross this here. Just slick mud and so on. Yeah, go away fencing all around it. These are not bridges. Well, they are bridges, I suppose, if you've got the key and are the right sort of person. Sure, there's a walkway across the top and some sort of access way down this side, but not for public use anyway. Fantastically brutalist construction, very 60s, touch of 50s maybe. Yeah, it's a serious business piece of something or other. I don't even know how this one works. Does that hinge down the roof? Is it like drop from inside? Probably not even a sign. Not really expecting anyone to be along this side of it. But the other side is Canvey Wick, which I was sort of contemplating vaguely camping on my first night of my backpack trip from Tilbury. I now know to have probably been a 24 plus mile hike plus half travel day, so glad that didn't happen. Oh, we'll be dealing with that next time. Next week, probably, Sunday. Yeah, over there, heading down to Canvey Island, which is over that back. For now, I need to get north, try and find the train station. Okay, yeah, just a lot of go away signage, I think. Oh, nice pebble dash wedges on the side there. It's a vague attempt at art. Absolute minimum aesthetic consideration. Yeah, there. Always keep locked. No entry. Do not climb. Go away. Barbed wire. Yeah, I get it. Right, so back round there and loop round back onto the path I was on, I think. And that all should take me somewhere that will get me north. But then there's a big loop around the nature park as well, reserve, because we still have to cross this creek at some point, but we can't, so not here. This creek will subdivide. This creek goes all the way up to Pitsea, pretty much. No swimming, no fishing. Watch out, danger, danger, no anything, don't have fun, go away. Alright, what's this white post? This white post might have clues on it that I can use. Often they've got the little yellow arrows with the black acorns, which I'm quite fond of, quite partial to. So that hill's way over the other side then. Problem for tomorrow? Well, Sunday, I guess, yeah. Alright, we're going here. Yeah, there we go. That's me. Right, I'll follow this seawall round to the end, I suppose. Good. I mean, it's clouded over a fair bit, which is good in a way because it's keeping me cool, and also the wind's nice, brisk chill from the north. It's nice pleasant temperature. Which means my sweat is effective. So that's making it look later than it is, but it's about 4 o'clock already. Yeah, 4 o'clock, so probably another 2 hours, I guess. So it'll put me 5 miles? Yeah, might be more than 2 hours, I don't know. We'll see. Google was not going to be able to find a walking route back to the station for me from here, so I'm just going to have to guess, really. Yeah, 2 more hours will do it, I think, or thereabouts. Good. Nice place though. In a way. Low-lying fields. Very low-lying. Well, this is all that has to be here. Not many people come through here then, I guess. Bloody hell. It's going to slow me down a bit. I can see where it wants to go. Rejoins up with the Thames path at the end of over there somewhere. Should be good. Alright, let's give it a go. Need both hands for this, I think. Okay, so here I am on the England Game Trail, coastal game trail. In a very important sense, doing my bit to make it bigger. I found signs of other people having passed this way at least once. Don't know how many days ago though. Looking forward to getting back on the Thames path, frankly. I think most people just use the Thames path rather than take this massive loop across the fens and the container depot. But I'm following the acorns because I'm bloody doing it properly. Tell you what, where I'm at wild camping spots. Alright, do I go over there or do I go over there? Game trail looks like it carries this way, but could do with a sign. Let me check my map. Lost again, damn it. Oh, Google's given up completely. OpenStreetMap thinks I'm on the right trail, but it's basically turned into a kind of swamp bed cattle path, which fortunately is quite dry and hard, but it's also full of these hoof-shaped depressions which make it really dangerous and quite awkward on the ankles to make any headway on it. And now it looks like it's petering out again. I've not seen a sign in a while either. Didn't see a sign telling me to go anywhere else though either, so I have to follow this to the bank at the end, I think, and then follow that bank left. Okay, well, let's keep at it. Looks like a trail made by people, perhaps. Determined people, or lost people. If I find a skeleton at the end of this trail, then I'll have to turn around. Yeah, I should have just stuck to the Thames path. No, well, you know, that's the thing. Follow the acorns. This particular acorn stretch, though, is quite mercurial. Hard going. Quite glad I got the trousers on. This is not shorts country. Something's been through here. Knocked it flat. Could be cows, though. The ground feels less hoof imprinted, although there are still some. Yeah. I've come on holiday by mistake. I probably should be following that line of trees on the Thames path. Oh well, it does rejoin soon if I can survive this stretch. Camera going away. Oh, on top of the dike, yes. That makes a lot more sense. There's an actual path up here and everything. For some reason, cows don't seem to want to be up here, which is good. Giant dragonfly, big blue one. Right, yes, okay. Happier now, less likely to die. Bloody hell, so that's like the mega thoroughfare 8-lane superhighway that is the Thames Estuary path. I'm just coming from over there. Guess I go off on there. There's like steps and a banister, that implies some kind of path, but it's all a bit wild. I mean, yeah, wild camping would be absolutely no problem here if I so needed to, but I don't, so yeah, okay, well, we'll try up here then. I'm not actually going to use the stairs because it looks like the banister's collapsed on them. So this one isn't terribly frequented either. So I guess, according to OpenStreetMap, I follow this one around, and that loops all the way back out there and round again and comes back on the far side. Oh, that foresty hill in the middle distance must be the Wat Tyler Country Park thing. Had to look him up. So Wat Tyler was the leader of a peasants' revolt in response to a 4p a head poll tax attempt in the 1300s sometime. 1328. Whoa, was that an adder or a grass snake? Don't know. Nearly stood on a snake there while I was gabbing away. You'd think they'd get out of the way more quickly. Wow. Didn't look like the zigzag pattern that the sign said, so maybe just a grass snake, but I'm not going to stand on it or poke it. Going to keep my eye on the path though while I'm going forward. Yes, poll tax riots in the 1300s. He led a revolt of peasants to Parliament to talk to the king, King James, is it? Or one of Charles's or something? James, I think. And they sat down and negotiated some stuff, and then one of the King's men killed him, and then the concessions were rolled back at the end. Now, I was getting confused with the other one, Ned Ludd, but that was in the 1800s, and he was kicking off about automation, replacing workers in the workplace. I don't know how that one ended. Probably badly, because spinning looms are everywhere now. Oh, gosh, that snake's giving me a jump. I have to be a bit careful. I'll get addered. I mean, it said there was adders over in that other place, way back over there, but does that mean they are more or more likely to be here? It's quite big. I think it was at about that kind of width body. But yeah. Well, there we go. Now I've seen a snake. I don't even know if it's an adder or not. I could probably freeze frame. Did I catch it on the... Oh, I don't know. Maybe I didn't point the camera at it. I was so busy trying not to stand on it. Anyway, look, we found an actual sign and a thing. This is great news. I'm actually doing a thing. Thames Estuary Path. I don't know what was on that one. Footpath. England Coast Path. Thames Estuary Path will do for me for now. I don't even care if I see any more acorns pointing in a different way today, from here on, because I need to get back to the car now because it's getting late. It's now 4:45, and I've probably still got 3 or 4 miles to go. So, not too badly late. That's all right, but yeah, wearing me out on this rugged, not very path-like paths. And of course now I've got to watch out for snakes, which are everywhere and lurking. Because clearly no one actually comes along here much anymore, or ever. Right. Okay, still here. Found one of these. Europe, you remember them? They were popular back in the noughties. Yeah, so I'm definitely on the coast path. Oh yeah, look, here's one. Sort of on the knocked over ramshackle thing, and then steps there. What's that say? Warning dangerous snakes. Well, I'm watching my feet a lot more now. Sensitive wildlife. Right. Breeding reptiles occur in this area. It's breeding ground. I've had a hive. Alright, let's try up here. And then along this. Pretty sure this is my path. Okay, good. So eyes open. Careless something snake. To try and look a lot less like a vole. So progress along here. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, hello, down there now, is it? Not up here? I'm very confused. And also it keeps making me having to cross long grass, which is a bit of a worry. Alright, what have you got to say for yourself? This is a very confusing place. Not terribly frequented, I shouldn't think. England Coast Path. This public right of way has been diverted by statutory order. Ah, stop messing me about. Where did it used to go then? Alright. Presumably this side. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't turn into a cattle fest quagmire again. This does seem a bit easier going though. I think the Thames Estuary Path is probably a little bit more frequented than the England Coast Path, clearly. Alright, let's stomp on this way. Yeah, this is better going. The cattle have got run of this bit, so they tend to tramp a path they can use, and tend to eat all the long grass as well, so it keeps it a bit more managed. Yeah, some sort of car park over there. Is that a jetty or marina? I don't know. I think it's on the opposite side of a creek. I need to turn left and follow around in a big long sweeping curve though, so lots to do still. Yeah, try not to schedule too many more of these 17 milers. They do tend to build up over the day. Gets you a bit. I've tried to reschedule my September trip so that nothing is more than 15 miles in a particular day, but we'll see how effective that all turns out to be. 15 seems a reasonable maximum. Plus I have to stage it so I can find bits of wilderness to put the tent up in. And it's a bit more of a challenge. And also there's one ferry I need to catch as well, and I can't take that on a Monday. Yeah, I know. It's just holiday fun. Anyway, got a couple of weeks before I have to worry about any of that. Let's worry about getting back to the car today. Oh, it's giving me the run around. All sorts of path diversions for sensitive wildlife habitats and such. Bloody snakes. So now I've got to go over there. It's all adding on to the extra miles. Where is he even there? Let's go underneath, hang on. So that way. Can't even see anything. I'll go around that corner, probably. Corner of that field, I suppose. It's got to come out somewhere. I can hear a big road. I think we are sort of basically paralleling that road now for all the way back to, well, it's a road and the railway as well. Follow them back to the station in the car. A mile or two probably. If I can find my way out of this field, in which I'm definitely supposed to be. I don't know, stick my head round the corner of that hedge there and see if there's anything obvious style in the corner, that sort of thing. Promising. So on some sort of track, it's good. Follow this all the way up to the railway and then along and then to the station. So I'm not sure if I can see or not from here, but certainly somewhere near there. Good. Feeling an impending sense of victory. Good. So 5:30. Just had a quick sit and a drink. Haven't seen one of these in a while. Big bit of agricultural machinery sat at the side of the field. What we got here? I think it's a disc harrow. Looking at it. Been here a while. Grass growing through it. Yeah. Oh. So I think I can see the station. There's a pair of rectangular objects on the centre of the shot there, which are the elevators for the platform bridges for Pitsea station, I think. So my car's slightly to the left of that. So I need to get there, which is essentially a question of just following this up to the railway and then following the railway mostly all the way along. So yeah, probably another half hour or so and we're done. It's a good 6 o'clock finish, I think I was about right, but God, this has felt long. I have to measure it afterwards, measure it when I get home with the... It's much easier to use the measurement tool on the PC rather than on the phone. So, but yeah, quite a lot of round and round the fens we go today on the England Coast Path variant. The Thames Estuary path hasn't been exactly a straight line either. So yeah, if it's stiff from sitting, just keep moving, keep yourself moving again. Yep, out. Come on, just sit down for 2.5 hours when we get back to the car. It's all different muscle groups for driving, so I generally don't feel hiking fatigue affect my driving particularly, apart from the general alertness, but lots of caffeine drinks and loud radios and open windows does that. We'll sleep well tonight. I might drive to work tomorrow, I don't know. See how we go. Alright, anyway, celebrating before the finish line, let's get there. What's that up there? That's Vange apparently. Basildon is over the hill and in that direction somewhere, and probably Pitsea over there. Not sure what all these things are. Surprising amount of hills around here though, I thought it was all fens. But probably it's just the bits I'm on. Good. And there's the Croydon oil depot and the DP World Gateway, which I shall be frankly glad to never see again, but I suspect we'll be seeing that in the distance behind us for a few days now. A few more hikes. There's a little biodigester up there, or landed alien spaceship, whichever. Too stiff and tired to care which actually at this point. Oh, yeah, getting that silage smell. Right, hobbling on. And work the stiffness out for a last push. Yeah, John, this is like a gate over there because I'm just completely freestyling this. Came from over there somewhere. And there's nothing. I'm making it up. Yeah, that's probably my way out. Still on it, I think. Another shiny gate over there, I'm going to aim for that. I think this is going to be a problem as I head further east and north, is that whilst the path may or may not exist, I'm pretty sure very few people are actually going to use it, so I suspect we'll have to break my own trail and look for little markers quite a lot more as we go. We'll see. I think I've been lucky in that I've basically started at one of the most populous parts of the path, you know, the pre-existing southwest coast path, and then basically followed what's amounted to a lot of linked seafront promenades most of the way around the coast. I think it's going to get harder as I go up the east coast, come back down the west. I think it's just more remote, less people doing it. There'll be stretches where locals use it for dog walking and stuff, occasional small seafront promenade, and then just a lot of this kind of thing. Just, you know, essentially authorised trespass across working farmland. Yeah. Look forward to the challenge. Yeah, you know, this sort of thing. Scratch, 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 scratch. Vines with thorns on. Definitely following a marker. Seen it. Oh God! You know, if it wants to follow a road for a bit, I wouldn't mind at all. God. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. I just got to negotiate my way through a herd of cattle too. Okay, looks like it's opening up a bit. Oh God. Ow. Stabby. Wow. Okay. So I think we're going down here now. This is better. Hobble along here and count my puncture marks. Yeah, been a long day. Looking forward to it being over. Bit more of this and we're done. I think the problem is I've become too used to pavements. It's been pretty much nothing but pavements since Gravesend, all the way up to London and back. Sometimes quite dreary ones, but this kind of compressed mud path is a little bit harder going generally. That's okay. All good. Right, I think I have to cross the railway now, but not the dual carriageway, and then it's just down the end a bit over there. Oh, there we go. Pay attention. Snake might be able to creep up on you, but it'd be quite embarrassing if a train can. Shut and fastened gate. Okay. If you say so. Hook thing doesn't engage very well. Cyclists dismount, dogs on leads, £1,000 penalty. Do not trespass on the railway. Well, I've kind of got to, really. Right, go. That's all overhead cables, so we're okay. You can see Pitsea platform. Yeah, I was there earlier this morning. Right, in that case it means we're quite close. Thank you, Thames Estuary Path. Thames Estuary Path apparently stops at Pitsea, Pitsea station, so I shall need another star to guide me by next time. Hopefully the ECP itself will be still signposted, but we'll see. We'll see what we see. Right, home straight. Great brutalism to finish off the day. Oh, blimey, nearly walked into that. Literal concrete brutalism, straight in the stomach. Well, looks like the car park up ahead. Hopefully the car's still there. How are we doing? Just about 6 o'clock on the nail. That's not bad. kind of guessed around there, and I didn't even know there was going to be all that extra mileage, so I've actually done quite well today. I'm going to have to go away and measure it tonight, I think. Oh, 24, right. I'm getting a faint suggestion of a warning from my knee, indeed, so we'll see. Perhaps this was too far in one day. Right. Yes, just up to the end there. Just see the car park in the distance. And here we are, Pitsea Station car park. Now I can even see my car, that's good. Well, this is as far as I go today. This is just as well. It's quite a hard one today. Don't know why. A lot of extra mucking about in long fields, fens and stuff. So, yeah, it says to go over there next, but to be honest, I thought it was over there. Down there, so I'm going to have to do a bit of research anyway. Look at where the signage takes me next. I mean, there is signage, which is good, you know. I'll take it. Anyway, back here next Sunday, I suppose. So we'll probably park somewhere that way and get a train back to here. Do the next bit, which is likely to involve Canby Island. Big round trip loop one, that one. But I have to get there as well, so let's see what's what. Good, right, well, I shan't take up any more of your time. Thanks for following and watching and what have you, and see you later.